Hello, I want to speak to you today for a short while about the important subject of self-actualization. And the main point that I want to make today is the importance of self-actualization in our lives, and also to give you one or two tips as far as understanding your own self-actualization process. And firstly, I want to say that self-actualization is the concept of the development of the human being to its fullest extent and expression. In other words, it is us manifest in our fullness in all our aspects, to our fullest potential, in other words, and that's a pretty good key right there, to use the word potential in terms of self-actualization. And so, in this form, moving towards self-actualization, or the full realization of a human being to its highest extent, really begins with our decision as to whether we want to fully actualize in this reality at this time. Or do we want to put our potential, our time, our energy, and our resources elsewhere? And for many people, the concept of self-actualization and actually the realization of the self to the fullest extent never occurs to them. Which is why I wanted to highlight this important personal development subject in order to get people really to just think about these issues on a deeper level, and importantly, to understand the benefits of self-actualization. For instance, when we operate in the fullness of who we are, to whatever degree, because we don't just leap from having no actualization to full actualization, it's a process. But when we are on the journey of self-actualization and growth, it is a powerfully fulfilling sense within our being. And often people wonder why, no matter what happens to them in life, they don't seem to be able to find this core satisfaction or contentment and peace within. And often, not always, but often the reason for that is that they're not following their true path. They're not actualizing. They may be not growing to the extent that they would like to. They may feel stuck and in a rut, or they may be doing something with their life that isn't bringing them the contentment that they so desire. Which is why considering the concept of self-actualization is so important. Because as human beings, and as adults in particular, we tend to be motivated by what will bring us pleasure and satisfaction. And for some, they may believe that that is through having money or acquiring material goods. And then they may wonder why they still do not feel fully satisfied. And the reason often is because there are elements within themselves that are not being developed, that are importantly not being expressed, because there is a great sense of joy in fully expressing who we are as unique individuals, not when we express who we are by copying other people or believing that we should be doing what other people are doing. We are unique individuals, and therefore, when we express ourselves and our uniqueness fully, it is very satisfying, because that is the being realizing or expressing or actualizing that source spark that is within us. And therefore we feel uplifted, we feel joyful, we feel fulfilled, because we are expressing that inner essence, that authentic part of who we are. And therefore, moving along the path of self-actualization, no matter how slowly, is very satisfying, because we are, as we go along, expressing our core authentic essence. And ultimately, if we reach our destination of full actualization, we become even more fulfilled. We are fully expressing our being in all its fullness, which is a very satisfying and fulfilling place to be. And so I wish you well on your own self-actualization journey. And as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.